The Mad Dog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
NPM.
Greetings, good evening, how you doing? And this time it's for real. Just after the top of the 8 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone on this 15th day of March. In a multiple location station live from Global Championship Wrestling, this is GCW Radio. Live from Studio 1, yours truly, the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Study Layne, alongside in the House of Pain, the man himself, Mad Dog Dan Sawyer. Brother Daniel, how you doing, man?
Doing well. Just glad to be sitting down for a few minutes. It's been a wild couple of weeks since the GCW show. Done some Wrestle America. Did another GCW show in Dalton, Georgia last week, and trying to recover from a broken thumb. So the paw of the Mad Dog is damaged just a bit, but hey, want to put some tape on it? Put me back in, Coach.
Now, how did I have not heard the results coming out of Dalton yet. How did the show go? Hopefully well.
It was good. I mean, you know, it's a town and building. You know, I could sit here and say a bunch of positive stuff, which they are, but you know, a certain guy had to go in and teach some of these young folks that, you know, nobody's entitled to anything.
Right.
And putting rings up, setting up a building, it's all part of it. You know, you bring in 3 or 4 GCW wrestlers, and I really got to see a lot of ring general and locker room leadership into the way the wrestling business is becoming over in Georgia, and
yes,
it's going to piss a lot of people off. I don't care. It's like going to the Road Warrior with Mel Gibson and throwing a ring up in the middle of nowhere, because it has been really, really watered down, and it's, you have to get pick up from the ashes to make something happen.
Well,
so I mean, it's going to be, you know, we're back over there April 9th, but well, hey, it's a new place, and the right under 100 fans that were there really appreciated it, and looking forward to bringing them some wrestling action like they've never seen before again. So, you know, just had a lot of folks really, really enjoy what was going on in the ring, and looking forward to getting back over there.
Well, see, it's weird because you make the reference to Georgia, and you and I both have some really good friends over in Georgia. Some are promoters, others work in different areas, and it's like there are 3
I got to say, before we get carried away, I really do respect Shane Knowles and Peach State Wrestling. I'm not running down the whole state when I say that.
No.
But Peach State is a quality product, and I know we have a lot of guys going there that come here and go there, and so I'm very, very pleased with Peach State. So don't anyone just go running off at the mouth and misunderstanding how wonderful this business is. That, you know, I call a spade, and if you piss me off, I don't have a problem telling you so. So no, Peach State, 2 thumbs up. Even with a crooked thumb, I'm giving 2 thumbs up.
There you go. But what I was actually going to say was there are times when a lot of people, myself included, have referred to the state of Georgia more or less as the Wild Wild West as far as professional wrestling goes. Because you've got 5, in my book right now, that I know of, 5 solid promotions. And as you said, I'm going to bring back a word we haven't brought out since the late 90s. Outlaw. And, ooh, yeah, that one shook, didn't it? It's kind of like, hey, there's the ace in the Royal Straight Flush. And it's true. It's true. I mean, you know, we've both, I do
these guys that do these craft shows do nothing but hurt the business. They're not hurting Billy Bob 2 miles down the road, and they're all trying to run the same town, same building. All that does is just water down the crap,
Yeah.
That's not doing anybody any good, and they think if they make 5 cents or $5 that they're doing something. And it becomes frustrating because the product that we always try to make it better each time.
It's because we care. That's honestly because we care. I
totally agree.
And you make the reference to, and folks, I know we're going to be covering the lineup coming up for our next live event in Pell City, Alabama in just a couple of minutes. But this is something that I kind of want to go on because Dan brought up another word, and the word is entitlement. There is and we're almost going into BR territory on this, but you know something, we've done it before and we can do it again. One thing that Maddog and I both appreciate and abide by is the fact that we have busted our tails individually and collectively as a team, virtually as brothers. No relation to the Brotherhood, totally different there. And I've never said that this business owes me anything, and I appreciate every opportunity that I've had in there. And whether it be here in Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Ohio, you name it, the places that I've had the privilege of going and working. And that's something that Dan and I share. For as much as we've learned about this business, we continue to learn that much more as we go, because we both agree with the fact that, we owe this business because of the fact that we've been able to apply our trade in it and continue to better ourselves in it. I mean, am I saying that improperly? Or am I correct?
No. And like I was riding back with Leon the Bull Saturday night, I don't give a rat's ass, and I keep it to the right terms there. If people like me in this business, first and foremost, behind the scenes, you're going to respect me, or you're just not going to work for me. I mean, and that's plain and simple. And you got jack-lad guys that want to jump in and say they're the backers of stuff and stand out front and act like they're promoters, and then they don't even have the money at the end of the night. Those kind of things, if you would have done that to Dusty Rhodes and Mike Graham and those kind of cats, they would broke your legs.
Yeah.
I mean,
very true.
And, don't think that it didn't cross minds, some of the times in the past with some of the things I've been faced with. But, it's just not worth it. Everybody's looking to sue you and all that kind of deal. Just wash your hands of them and never mention them. That is the best way to handle when you get a crap situation.
And once again, coming back over to it, one of the things, and you mentioned your tag team partner in Mad Justice, and that would be Leon the Bull Stresser coming up. He approaches, and I've known him for years, just like you have, but I mean, I've known him since, I think the mid-90s.
Well, yeah, you came up in conversation, so it was good, though. It was all positive.
What, did he finally actually try to sell the Fast Eddie Layne dartboard?
No. They were just talking about things that had happened at places we had all worked and how different situations had, conformed us to the men we are today.
Well, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. God in heaven above knows that I am far from perfect. Cute, cuddly, and pretty doggone adorable every once in a while, but perfect? Hell no. And as far as it goes, you've paid a lot of people. You have in particular paid me a very high compliment before when you've worked with other announcers. And one of the things that sets me apart is the fact that I care. I care about how I do what I do coming across. I get accused of being a showboat. Gee, what a surprise. It's the truth. I'm not going to deny it. I am a little bit of a showboat. But the thing about it is, I believe that being the first official voice 9 times out of 10 that people hear, it's up to me to set a positive standard for the night on the microphone. Not just stand there and go, hey, here's your first match. I'd just like
and kudos to having a sound system that works well, because sometimes you get put in a situation when the microphone might fall apart or something.
I know it. Yeah, Whitney.
And then, I'm like, Yeah, give me some electrical tape. I guess my promo's done. It's just when I've heard of a mic drop, but I've never heard it a mic falling apart. That's how heavy my promo was on Saturday night in Dalton. The mic just kind of disintegrated. Maybe I squeezed it too hard. I've been known to be like Layne on a mice and men, a little too hard on mics. I've even been hard on yours before.
Yeah, Whitney Lee actually told me about the situation with the microphone the other night. And what's funny is if we'd have had a chance, if I would have known, I actually have a set of AKGs you could have carried up there with you.
That needed more than AKGs. That needed an AK-47 before the night was over with.
There you go. Speaking of locked and loaded, let's take a look at it for a second, shifting gears just a little bit. First off, thank you to everybody who made it out in February to our live event in Pell City, Alabama. Of course, we are going to be making our return Saturday, March 26th. Bell time 7:30. Doors open at 7. Tickets are only $10 each. Remember, we are still running with the hashtag GCWJYD2016. So if you're on social media, love to see that hashtag come up. I would love to be able to use the word, let's get it trending, but that would be two things. Number one, that would be the social outcast in WWE or hashtag trending now, Haven and Xanders. But now, there are teams that have qualified to go to the next level in the JYD. One, of course, is the bane of your existence right now, technically speaking. And that, of course, would be O'Hagan, O'Malley, and O'Malley's ugly-ass boots, as Wicked Nemesis would say. I'm talking about...
Don't forget that.
Yeah, I'm talking about... I have to run that. And Wick, if we don't give him at least 3 references, it's kind of like Beetlejuice. Or Candyman, take your pick. But, of course, I'm referring to the Brotherhood advancing in the JYD, Dan.
Mm-hmm. Those guys, they think they've got it. And they've got Howard Cross, and there's some kind of meeting I'm supposed to have before the show with the board of directors and them. I know telling what's going to happen with that. But, hey, March 26th, we're going to find out who the best tag team in Global Championship Wrestling is. And you got the Trending Now guys, and you got Mad Justice. You got 3 teams. I know that's like, I've had people already ask me in Dalton, Georgia, hey, we were keeping up. There's 3 teams. That's kind of odd. It's going to be a 3-way dance. I don't know. Is it going to be, how are you guys going to make it happen? I've known Bull Bob Armstrong one time back in Continental, and he was the booker there, that made a decision to do a coin toss. And, doing an elimination like that, who was going to wrestle who? So, you guys' guess is good as mine. I just work here.
That is one thing I've got to sit back and say. Armstrong has been able to answer numerous questions in various manners, and sometimes not in the most obvious way possible. And it's like, I keep getting
people guessing, including me.
Yeah, and yours truly too, because I'm ever since the board of directors and Bob came to the conclusion to put me back as a special liaison to the commissioner's desk and to the board of directors. There's times when I know what's going on, and there's times where I won't even lie. Then I'll just look you straight in the eyes. No idea yet. Give me time. Let me find out.
I know. And people think, the fans that come up and they're like, well, what's going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine.
I have started using the phrase again that I made famous over the last few years. I took a year off of it. Folks, this is Fast Eddie Layne talking. If at any point in time I look or sound like I'm making any kind of sense whatsoever, that is purely fictional and strictly coincidental. That's the easy way to say it. Normally, I'll bring you another classic phrase back. Just call me CW. I can be a clueless wonder with the best of them. Haven't heard that one for a while, have you?
Nope.
Now, speaking of, when Mad Justice was able to advance, which some people called it an upset, because
we weren't upset. We were ecstatic and proud.
Remember, the team that you took on that night, though, was a more established tag team.
I touched those guys before in the ring.
I know.
But, they were trying to mentally talk trash, so I decided to do a little intimidation and, You know, they said I bit off more than I could chew before we got in that match, so I thought, why not do a little biting of my own? If I bit off more than I could chew, why not put some focus on the old COD?
But
The Emerald Emperor does not taste good, by the way. If you ever see that on a menu, I just got to say that just bypass that.
You know, I kind of wonder, and I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this this way, but I wonder how much trouble he's going to get in, considering the fact that you got St. Patrick's Day right around the corner, and he wears a lot of green.
He does, you know. Maybe somebody should pinch him.
And considering the fact that one of Chiazzo's favorite singlets is his Daredevil singlet, and you now got season 2 of Daredevil airing on Netflix, you know he's got to be enjoying that. That may have been one of the reasons why he could have been a little bit distracted over the last few weeks.
I don't know. I mean, he's toting a lot of gold around from a lot of different companies. AIWF American Champion.
Yep.
And you know, he's had a lot of gold and stuff. So maybe his focus is not. I know this. He was complaining to the board of directors. He wasn't in the main event when they had the 4-way for the heavyweight championship. You know, he was one of the last few guys to have the belt, and he wasn't in it. And now he's like, you know, we're not even in the JYD this year. You know, he's like, politics. So, to make sure that he has a ample match, but considering he said that Clyde Braddock cost him the JYD this year, because he said that Braddock came out and distracted him, that he would have never, ever left his partner. And I was like, okay. So the Grand Design Clyde Braddock will be taking on the King of Florida, the King of Pro Wrestling, Francisco Chiazzo. The King of hashtags is what he should be.
Yeah, I know. He actually he surpasses me on that.
Did you just have a beep come in there?
No.
Okay.
No, he very quickly surpasses me when it comes to hashtagging things. He's got more references in there than I've thought about, and it's like, you know, I run social media. And this is this one's been building. Go ahead.
When you were making the joke about Beetlejuice, you know, I was driving with Leon the Bull, and we met a spot in Alabama. Next thing I know, we're being passed by this little white car, nice car, Honda, and these birds, and hand gesture birds, little Steve Austin there, sticking out of a sunroof. And it's O'Hagan. He was on the show in Dalton. But this is what's bad. He's got his 13-year-old son doing it.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Bull's like, hold on. So we accelerate just a little bit. A little bit. And we're going to get on around because there's this like 18-wheeler or whatever. And I notice Bull construction barrels. He's like, we'll just take O'Hagan's car off the side of the road. That's the case. I'm just kidding, of course. He wouldn't do that to him because the son was in there.
Right.
But yeah, you don't want anything to happen to his son or him, as a matter of fact, because we have run the roads together, but we don't base. But it's going to be an interesting show, March 26th. Oh, you know, O'Hagan and O'Malley still whining about his butt, and he's getting that taser. You know, when they were trying to work a number over on me, and Bull came out with his sling on, and you know, Winn Dickie may be the beef people, but Maddog, and Leon the Bull Stresser are the Brotherhood people. Because he put a brand on there. You know, somebody said he had to get some skin grafts right down his butt. I don't know.
You know, there are people who actually would pay Stresser to do that again.
To them or to the Brotherhood?
To the Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of ladies there. Like, two of them came up and was like, did you get him? We want to see that again.
Yeah.
I was like, I think we found O'Malley's former fan club.
You know, let me slide back over to the Chiazzo Braddock match, because this has been brewing for a while. Because remember, these two have been going back and forth for months. And then when the time rolled around back in January for the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match, and Braddock was being introduced to the audience in attendance at the PCCC, and then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, here comes the King of the Southeast, Francisco Chiazzo, blindsiding Braddock, pounding, and then turn around slamming him through the doors into the hallway on the side of the building. And Braddock still able to crawl. Because of the way the rules were in the Fatal 4-Way Elimination, Braddock was not counted out because there was no count out in place during that match. But he, of course, was still highly ill after that, because even though it came down to, and this is a testament to Braddock, because even after the beating he took from Chiazzo before he could get to the ring, he still made it into the ring, and it still came down to him and Spiral at the end of the match to decide the championship. And then, like you discussed a few minutes ago, Braddock decided to go tit for tat with Chiazzo and try to flip the script on the mind games, drawing his attention away during the JYD Memorial, where the COD, the Circle of Disrespect, was taking on Mad Justice. And, you know, it amazes me that Chiazzo can dish it out 7 days a week, but when somebody tries to return the favor, he's not the biggest fan of the situation, right, Dan?
Yeah, and I hate anyone ever getting injured in the business, and it happens, as we saw last night on Raw when Neville broke his ankle. Triple H gets hit in the head with a case, gets staples put in his head. But Leon the Bull did the jailbreak, which some will know as the Baldo bomb, made famous by Albert or Giant Bernard, however you want to call him.
Right.
And there was some disc compression that happened to Simon Says. Even though we may not see eye to eye, pal, I wish you the best of getting well. And at least you didn't say you got rabies or something from when I took a bite out of crime. Little McGruff. I can't believe they don't make that commercial anymore. McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah, no, I miss it.
My wife in her classroom has one. It's a McGruff puppet.
Really?
Back in the day. Yeah, I know. It's like, don't ever let that thing go.
Heck no.
It's a classic.
Go figure, though, but I still have brand new Smokey Bear commercials coming out for the forest fire prevention. Wildfire.
Or you can prevent forest fires.
Very true, very true. And matter of fact, that was one of the last ones that ran before we started the show off tonight. And you really, I'm sorry, I was popping on the concept that she's still got an original McGruff. That's funny. That's cool as hell. I'm just really curious because, and oh, by the way, I did mean to mention this a minute ago when you brought it up, but of course, I would also like to add my thoughts, prayers, and sentiments going out to the Emerald Emperor, hoping for a full, complete, and speedy full recovery. I know what it's like to have an injured back, and trust me, it's not a picnic. Although, if you go to the right doctor, it can be some really good medication for a little while. Note, he said, for a little while. And oh, there's guaranteed heat for me. But so, and do you know, have you heard anything from Chiazzo? Because I haven't, and I don't know if he's gotten in touch through the office and you managed to hear the grapevine, whether or not Says is going to be able to make it to Pell City this month. No,
that's what I hear, that he's on medical leave. I don't know how far along or whatever. I just thought it was Mr. Chiazzo being Mr. Chiazzo.
And plus, you know that if everything else is not in place, he is probably going to have Theodore Tutwiler III as well as Stormy Lee, the Queen of the Southeast, in his corner. And of course, Clyde is going to be combating that with the Oracle of Ominous, the wicked nemesis of the Merchants of Death, in his corner.
Yeah, how many more people can Tawala bring to ring with him? I mean, I thought I was watching a UFC and it was the Gracie family posse or something. I mean, it gets ridiculous.
The rabbit hole runs pretty deep, and there have been people that have come and gone as far as the foundation of professional wrestling that Chiazzo has had in his corner. And some have been missing for quite a while, and I almost wonder when they're going to show back up, because there's some very familiar faces with the foundation that I am asked about on a regular basis. And I just have to sit back and say how they handled their business is completely on them. And Teddy Tutwiler runs the foundation from a management perspective. So we don't know exactly what Tutwiler's got up his sleeve.
I never do, or up his legs. But man, I don't know. Shooter Storm, which was interesting because he has Stormy Lee as his deal.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
I mean, that was tough to keep up with. Storm, Shooter Storm.
Yeah. I'm glad that I didn't have a country music crossover, because I swear the minute he said Shooter Storm, first thing popped in my head was Shooter Jennings.
Oh, absolutely. But then if that would have been the case, it said, I thought you'd be bigger.
Dope.
Well, when I first saw the guy, I was like, this Brotherhood got another member. When I saw him, and I was like, wait a minute. If Robin's girl here, if she sees that, she was just excited to say leprechaun. Seeing how we are right here at St. Patty's Day time.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, don't forget, as part of the entourage, he has been known to bring other members of another group with which he is affiliated, and that would be the Slambinos, out to ringside with him. But we'll cover that. We'll tell you what, let's go to the bottom of the hour break, because there are more matches that we're getting ready to announce for our upcoming live event in Pell City. Hang tight. Global Championship Wrestling's GCW Radio continues right after this. Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Layne, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
The Maddog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Maddog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Maddog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Maddog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
Welcome back into GCW Radio on this 15th day of March. Getting things geared up, coming off our live event this past Saturday night in Dalton, Georgia. And Maddog, you made the statement that Global Championship Wrestling will be returning to Dalton in the month of April, correct?
Yeah, second Saturday, April 9.
Now, the show that was this past Saturday on the 12th, that had a special bell time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, correct? Is that going to hold true in the month of April?
Yeah, that'll hold true.
Okay. Oh, boy. When it rains, it pours. First off, I want to say a very special welcome to one of our two special guests at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, Leon the Bull Stresser in the house this evening on GCW Radio. What's up, Bull?
How are you tonight, Eddie?
Getting sound effects, and I have a feeling we're about to get another one, too, in just a minute. Like to welcome in another. There we go.
The bullpen, Bull.
I got you, sir. I hear you.
And welcoming in another special guest at this time, ladies and gentlemen. He is the GCW Middleweight Champion, one half of an alleged tag team championship combination. And, yes, he is one of the perennial favorites, and that's where I'm going to stop. Mr. O'Hagan, welcome in. What's up, brother?
I thought you guys said call in because we're talking to champions and former champions. Why is Bull on the same segment as me?
I thought
future champion.
No, that should have opened the show. Like, hey, here's somebody that might be one day. I thought this was a segment for the here, the now, the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best of the best of the best.
I get a feeling he's going to be breaking into a Niedermeyer in a minute, asking Stresser for his pledge pin.
Where's your pledge pin?
First up,
my partner's here. Where is yours?
My partner?
Oh, yeah. Is he having a colonic because he's so full of crap with those belts?
Hey, if he is, he's getting a group rate. That's all I'm saying.
Eddie.
Personal foul. However, folks, we have 3 of the elements, 2 of the teams represented Saturday night, March 26th, in the JYD Memorial. Both Mad Justice and the Brotherhood, of course, having advanced to the next round. What happens from here, God only knows, and trust me, the feathers will fly, and I'm actually being quite serious when I say this. Now, Bull, you've had a good run of luck to a degree in the JYD Memorial, and now with you and Sawyer making it into the next round, let everybody know your thoughts heading to the coming out of the previous show and heading into the upcoming event on the 26th.
Well, yeah, I have had a lot of luck here. Last year, me and Dylan Cook advanced in the first round. Of course, we didn't go much further after running into another little faction. But let me tell you something. This year is going to be totally different because the man that laid me open like a can of tomato soup last year is my partner this year. Okay? And see, that's where the attitude has changed for the Bull. Okay? Going on 3 years now. 3 years I have been in this business. I have been learning and taking notes, and have been the butt of everybody's joke. including little old Mr. O'Hagan over there. Okay, so let me tell you something. You said this is about the here and now. I am here, and I am now. That Maddog Dan Sawyer is my partner, and the jokes are done on the 26th, okay? We are in the semifinals or the finals, however Bullet Bob Armstrong wants to make this. However it goes down, me and Maddog are together, because here's the thing. People are saying he's a has-been and I should have never been. They're saying he's washed up and I should have never gotten in this business. But here we are. 2016 JYD Tag Team Memorial Tournament. And I got news for you. I am so focused. I'm sorry, Eddie. I respect you. I heard you at the beginning of the program. Me and you go way back to the 90s, and I've known Maddog that long too. But today, I want people to start taking notice. The Bull is a serious element in GCW. Mad Justice is a serious element in GCW and tag team wrestling. We went to Dalton, Georgia this past weekend. The Bull walked away victorious in Dalton, and in Pell City, Mad Justice is going to walk away victorious again.
Bull, I'm going to give you a compliment.
Oh, boy.
So when you say people should take notes, this is where you should take notes, because compliments from me to you don't come very often. You know, they say that you learn more from losing than you do winning. Well, at this point in your career, you should be the smartest man in pro wrestling, because you've been learning lessons left and right. Hey, wait, I'm giving you a compliment. I'm saying you should be, and guess what? You're proving that you are a smart man, because let's see, you've tagged with Dylan Cook. That got you nowhere. You tagged with old Big K there for a second. You aligned with him. Guess what? It got you nowhere. Now you're tagging with Maddog. Now see, here's the thing. That was a smart move, because Maddog is what I like to call an anchor. He will hold a team together. But what you don't understand is I'm also that same anchor, because I've won tag teams championships with not just one, not just two, not just three. I think it's even more. It's up to 4 now, because I am an anchor. And that's one thing that you have to understand about me, is that I was an anchor. I'm a winner. I don't have to go out and find someone to help me win. I win on my own. I win singles. I win battle royals. I win tag championships, a lot of them. I've won the JYD tournament. I've won the GCW Tag Team Championships. Matter of fact, I won those same GCW championships with your partner. I want you to think about this. The anchor that you're relying on, the man that you should be in sync with, I know better than you. I know what he's going to do, because we've been partners. We've been best friends. We've traveled the roads, and we've taken everything from everybody everywhere we went. I know your partner's moves like my own moves, like the back of my hand. So while you're sitting there trying to figure out what he's going to do, what you're going to do, trying to make it all just make sense, I'm already a step ahead of you, because I know what's coming. I have a lot of respect for Maddog. The problems we're having now, it's not because I don't like Maddog. It's because I told him what needed to be said. Everybody in the locker room, everybody at GCW wants to just be like, oh, Maddog, yeah, whatever you say, yes, 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 yes. You're a little yes man. I did something that needed to be done. I was his actual friend. I told him, hey, you need to sit out. Hey, you need to go home. You need to focus on what's important. I didn't just be like, oh, whatever.
Give me a watch. Yeah.
You know what? Did anybody else give you a watch? Who was by your hospital bed? Who was making sure your gear didn't get cut off by the emergency room? Who helped you change when you couldn't move? This man right here. So you're looking at your partner for the JYD tournament, and you're looking at a stranger. You look across the ring, you see somebody who knows everything about you. Every move, every thought, every desire in your head. I know it. So when you look to your partner and you don't know the man that you're looking at, not the way you're supposed to, in this kind of situation, you got to know him. I know my partner. I know the good. I know the bad. I know how to adapt. I know how to work with. I know how to make a winning combination. And you do too,
I don't want to cut you off right there. Since we've been partners before, I just want to say this: your partner's had a problem with disappearing like a friggin' ninja. Like, I remember he just left you cold and hanging one night in Gadsden, Alabama, many years ago.
Yeah,
I remember.
But you know what?
Alabama,
I can make the best of a situation.
You did, but I remember the Memphis Heat debut at the Alabama Theater. We're wrestling. We're going to the ring. He's my partner with you in Mudbone in an 8-man match. He left.
He did.
So is he going to be there for you in the tag? Will he be there when you need him, or he needs you? Because he's going to need you a lot more than you need him.
Here's something you need to realize, dog. Same kind of person you are is the person I am. You show up at a tag team match and your partner's not there, what do? Do you sit on the sidelines and watch, or do you get in there and fight?
I get in there and fight.
That's right. We're cut from the same cloth, Mad Dog. Not Mad
I
Justice,
understand that,
Mad
but this
Dog.
man, Mad Dog and Leon the Bull and the dog are getting along. They're traveling the roads and we're ready. So you boys polish up them belts that are counterfeit or whatever. You ordered them off, I touched them. They're legit. I know they're legit. They're legit belts. But those are not the GCW World Tag Team title belts.
Yeah,
it's a good thing that we're all in separate studios, because right about now, I would like to take and knock O'Hagan's teeth down his throat so he could taste the crap that he's spewing out tonight. You talk about you respect this man. You talk about he's your partner. You and O'Malley are the same two guys. You talk about how you do everything in the ring. Well, buddy, the backstabbing, back-ass jumping that you gave me that tried to put me on the shelf and tore my rotator cuff, every day I look under my left armpit with a 4-inch scar where I had to have a rotator cuff surgery and a bicep muscle reattached because of you and O'Malley. Can't do nothing face-to-face. Every day I go to work, I face what people fear and act like don't exist. You two little thugs don't scare me. And let me tell you something. You two tried to put that man out of action. You tried to put me out. You tried to put Mad Dog out. I come in and I lit a fire under that proverbial ass of O'Malley. And where's he at today? He's hiding under some coattail of some little... Oh, you better be lucky, Andy Layne. This is a family show and not tomorrow night where I can just pull a wicked nemesis and just say what the hell I want to. So let me tell you something, O'Hagan. Get you a step ladder, brother, because you're going to need to get up as to coin a phrase from the heavyweight champion's file, because you're going to need to get up here on my level so I can knock you the crap down. I'm sick of your mouth. You want to pay me a backhanded compliment? Why don't you pay me a compliment, show up to the ring, leave your little thug, leech, ambulance-chasing attorney, Howard C. Cross in the back. Why don't you leave half of the makeup and muscles in the back? Why don't you and O'Malley come down to the ring and you face two men on two men? Why don't you do that? Why don't you crawl up in that ring? I'll even be helpful and give you a boost up, little man, so you can get up on that apron and get in. Okay? Because let me tell you something. On the 26th, the talking's done. I promise you one thing. You may know Mad Dog, but what you failed to say, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know what drives me. You don't know how big my heart is. But I promise you one thing, you'll find out how big my foot is when I put it up against your scrawny little butt. Okay? So,
scrawny, short. We want you to make an Irish comment, too, because these aren't things that I've heard before. Because I've beaten bigger than you. I've beaten better than you. I've beaten faster than you. I've beaten more technical than you. I've beat guys with more heart than you. See, the problem is you think you're special. You think you're special. No, that's the problem. You think you're special. Here's the difference. I know I am.
Hey, I don't think I'm anything but a man with determination and heart. Okay?
That determination and heart will get you a lot of places. But guess what? It's not going to get you in the winner's circle at the end of the JYD. It's not. You think you got heart. You think you got everything you need to succeed. And that's great. You know what? You do. But the only problem is you're in the wrong time. Because there's going to be a guy across from you who's got more heart than you, more talent than you, more athletic ability than you, more ring knowledge than you. If this was any other company, any other era, any other time or place, you would be the top of the food chain. I give you that. But you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, bull. You're in my time. I don't need to get on your level, because then I'd have to forget half the stuff I know. You tell me to get a step ladder, I'm not going to need it, because I'm going to beat you down, and then you're going to be looking at me eye to eye when I got you on your knees, and I'm punching you in the face. See, you talk all this good game. You talk, and you talk, and you talk. But what have you done to back it up at GCW? What have I done? Guess what? I've won the GCW heavyweight title 3 times. I've won the GCW tag team titles like 9 times. I've been a television champion. I've been the middleweight champion. I have succeeded in ways that you could only hope to succeed in. So come to JYD, bring your heart, bring your desire, bring everything you got. But at the end of the night, I hope that can keep you warm at night, because those belts, that trophy, they're not going to be there to do it.
You know, you bring up all your accolades, and I'm going to have to say one that you're right. You've won titles. You've traveled the Southeast, you've been up north, and you've been down to the South. But what you seem to forget is, how long have you been in this business compared to me? I'm a short timer. I've only been doing it for almost 3 years. I'm not one of these guys that's going to walk into a locker room and throw out names. Oh, I've been in this business X amount of years. No, I've been going on almost 3. And I've been in the ring with some of the best. Been in there with Luke Gallows. I've been in there with other gentlemen. Been in there with Ricky Morton learning stuff when he's come and done seminars. I've met MVPs. I've been around some of the best. Okay? And you're included in that, because when I started training, you were one of the guys there. So comparing apples to oranges, night and day, I mean, let's just face it, O'Hagan, you've got more time in the business. My gosh, you should have those accolades. You should be able to compare and have greater numbers than me. But you say it's your time. This is your era. Well, now there's a new guy in town, and his name's Leon the Bull Stresser. He's got Maddog Dan Sawyer with him. Maddog's talking to me. Hey, there's things Maddog's done in the past that I don't agree with, but I've understood. See, I come from law and order. I came into this business with the wrong mindset. I came into this business thinking the same way I do when I go to my job 5 days a week out on the street. I've got to tweak that, and Dan Sawyer's helping me tweak that. It's okay to be a little bit more wild in the ring. I don't have to abide by strict law and order. We have a gray area that I can operate in, but there's more of a gray area in that ring. And hey, who else better to prove that to me than you and O'Malley when you tried to put me out of this business? You know, what's funny is you talk about how I'm not all this, but yet twice I have been jumped in my going on 3 years. Twice by a group of masked thugs, and then you guys. Now, if you guys did a better job than the first group, I'll give you that. I actually had to have surgery thanks to you guys. And you will always be in my thoughts and memories every time I look at this scar. So, you know what? Come to 26, if you do get me on my knees and you're punching me in my face, I'm going to say, thank you, sir. Please, sir. May I have another, sir? And you better be God, dog, good and ready to do it again. Because I will take everything you got and then some. Because let me tell you something. I had a little saying when I was coaching my son's football team. If winning was easy, everybody would do it. If winning was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy. It takes determination. It takes a man to get up. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's how many times you get back up. And guess what? I've gotten up over and over and over again. And we're going to continue.
See, here's the thing. You talk about this, how you get up over and over and over again. And I just got through saying if this was a different time, a different place, that you would be on the top. But you talk about this like you get up and up, like that's your specialty. You're talking to a man who in the first 5 minutes of a 30-minute match dislocated his shoulder and tore his labrum cartilage. Sound familiar? The same stuff that's going on in someone's life I know about. And guess what? Dislocated shoulder, torn cartilage. Went another 25 minutes, walked out the heavyweight champion of Global Championship Wrestling. You want to talk about heart, you want to talk about desire, and it's not easy to win. I know more than anybody because you keep calling me short, you call me scrawny, that's fine. And guess what? You might have a point, but guess what else? I've proven everybody wrong. I've proven guys that are way bigger than you wrong. I've proven guys that are way more talented than you wrong. You talk about the Rock and Roll Express, guess what? Your partner and me, we beat the Rock and Roll Express and the Unlucky Charms at the same time. You talk about being in the ring with Gallows? I've been in the ring with Gallows. I've been in the ring with everybody that you say, oh, I've met this guy, met that guy. That's great, you met him. I was in the ring with them. I beat all these names that you think that are so fantastic. You talk about, oh, I know this guy, I know that guy. You know, we can name drop because guess what? I've been there with all of them. Guess what? I beat all of them. You know, you talk about putting someone out of the business. Yeah, I might try to take you out of the business. Didn't take Maddog out of the business. I gave Maddog a tough lesson. Never once did I try to take him out of the business. Because, like I said, I have respect for Maddog. But because it's come to this point, JYD tournament, bull, you'll be a steer. Dog, I hate to say it, man, but Bob Barker had a point. It's time to spay and neuter your pets. Maddog and Bull, you're going to get in the ring. And it may be with me. I don't know the bracket. I don't know the rest of the brackets. I'm going to walk out there, and guess what? I don't care if it's you guys. I don't care if it's the little girly girls, the Havens, and the Charlie Zanders, Charlie Theron. I don't know who's in this tournament left. I don't care. Any team,
name them.
Anybody, put them in the ring with us. Because at the end of the night, you're going to see the trophy being held up. And it's going to be a green wave hitting everybody. Because the Irish are going to succeed. Because we're the Fighting Irish. We're not a team, we're a brotherhood. And that doesn't mean just the one brother. That doesn't mean just a sister. Our family's a lot bigger than you think it is, Leon. I just want you to remember that. It's a lot bigger than you think it is. So, JYD tournament, trophies with me. Trophies with the Brotherhood. Trophies where it should be. The tag titles are staying on our waist because we are the GCW Tag Team Champions. So bring your A-game, Bull. Bring your A-game, Dog. Matter of fact, I'll even give you time to do some extra credit. Because even with everything you bring, this is one test you're going to fail. Because as much as I would love to stay on this radio show and continually point out facts, like a good Irishman has once said, I hope that you guys see us in the JYD. Because when you get in the ring with us, you know, hey, this is going to be the most talked about match. Matter of fact, Bull, you can put on your red panties, because it's going to be a red panty night when we're done. Because you're going to celebrate like we got to be in there with the Brotherhood. We saw excellence in front of us. So put on your red panties, Bull. Get ready for a celebration.
Before you run,
Gentlemen,
O'Hagan,
go ahead. Run what? I'm actually going to drive. I don't need to run.
There you go. Before you disappear for the night, go ahead and toss it out. Social media. How can people find you?
Joshua O'Hagan. Hello, it's my name. Find me on Facebook. If you can't spell it, well, I don't know. Try autocorrect. That might fix it.
You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on
and you can watch me on YouTube on GCW's YouTube channel, and the address for that is Eddie Layne.
YouTube.com/user/GCW Pro Wrestling.
Guess what? You can see some of the best wrestling in the world on that channel. And I don't just mean me. There's a lot of good talent in there. You're going to see guys like me. You're going to see guys like Maddog. You're going to see guys like Spiral. And then you're going to see some other guys on there, like Bull.
Don't forget the ladies wrestling.
Oh, we got some of the best ladies wrestlers in the world, too. Especially with my sister, Veronica Fairchild, already ranked in the top 20 of women wrestlers on the indie scene. She's come back like a champ. Oh, wait, because she is a champ, like we are. So, gentlemen, enjoy your quiet time before the storm, because JYD Tournament is coming down. It's coming down hard. And good news is, Bull, when you're standing in the rain, no one's going to see your tears. Have a good night, guys.
Take care, O'Hagan. Ladies and gentlemen, one half of an alleged tag team championship combination and the GCW Middleweight Champion, one member of the Brotherhood, O'Hagan. Oh, my. Leon, you gave him a lot to think about, but he also gave you a lot to think about. And, Dog, I'm going to flip the script because he gave you quite a bit to think about as well.
You know, he's trying to get in my head, and which he cannot do. You know, I don't understand. How come when he calls in, is it just because nobody can understand O'Malley because he sounds like he got a mouthful of marbles?
Yeah, pretty much.
O'Malleyese.
Yeah, pretty much.
He always does all the talking. I mean, and he's good at it. He's like the little yelping dog in Warner Brothers. You know, come on, Butch. And the guy's tough. I'm not knocking away from that, but man, that loudmouth Irishman, in which one of my favorite fighters is Conor McGregor, but he just did something very similar to this with the Nick Diaz, and we know how that turned out for him, because everybody's like, no way he's ever going to get beat. What happened? He went up in a weight class. Well, there's some weight across that ring from him, and there's some power. My partner's been in the gym. He's been lifting the kettlebells. He's got his strength back. He's been bench pressing. He's been trying to do things just to get that wind right. And he's got it. And, yeah, that shoulder is damaged, but guess what? He's not going to leave with that shoulder. He's going to protect it. He's been in House of Pain wrestling. We got a bunch of new young guys, and just putting him in there. You should have seen him Sunday. He was killing guys with the clothesline. He was just killing them. Like, they were lining up 5 and 6 at a time. Bam, 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 bam. If I didn't know better, I thought somebody had a hammer and was trying to nail some nails in the wall. The Bull Stresser bringing the horns. And, I got to dip out at 9. I know we're going to be good to go next week. And, Bull, thank you so much, man. I know you've been busy, and so have I. And I had a great time going to Dalton with you, but I'm looking forward to March 26th.
I'm looking forward to, Maddog. I'm looking forward to, one more time, I'm not taking anything away from O'Hagan. I'm not taking anything away from O'Malley. I'm just saying the day of making me the butt of everybody's jokes are done. He can sit there and run his mouth, and he does a damn good job at it. Hey, he's got the belts, whether he's got them by hook or crook. He's got Howard C. Cross, double crossing T's and double dotting I's. That's what he's got. But you know what he don't have? He talks about how he's done this to guys like me, to guys like me, been with guys like me. But the only thing he's not remembering or even taking into account, he hasn't been with me. There may be in his dreams he has, because let's just face it, secretly somebody that talks as much as he does, he's got a man crush on me, and I get it. But come the 26th, I'm going to crush him. Not the way he's going to like, but I promise you, I wanted to tell him, why don't he call up Simon Says and ask him how it feels to be bald no bomb to hell. Eddie, I'm out. Maddog, I got to go. 26 is coming. And I promise you, there's a new day and definitely a new sheriff in town.
One half of Mad Justice, Leon the Bull Stresser. Bull, you got social media you want to throw out?
That's the only thing I got for you right now is on Facebook. You know, you can look me up, Leon the Bull Stresser. I don't think they allow you to have the nickname The Bull in it, but you can look up Leon Stresser. I am on Instagram, and I'm going to have to be honest with you, I'm not tech savvy. I really hate to admit it. I really don't know what my address is on Instagram, so I may have to turn that over to you, Eddie, because, heck, you are definitely the social media guru.
If my notes are correct, I believe you can be found at GCW The Bull over on Instagram.
You know what? Sounds good. Let's go with that.
Okie dokie. Maddog, real quick, social media.
Dan Sawyer, parenthesis is Maddog. You know, everybody's so sensitive, but I see on Facebook all the time that people have crazy names, so don't know why they took the Bull and Maddog away from us, but hey, if it's too intimidating, don't get in the ring with us, I'll just tell you that. You know, social media is one thing. They can try to take Maddog and the Bull away from our names, but you know what? They can't take the Bull and the Maddog out of the ring, and everybody's going to see that March 26th. That's the Bull, you're going to get the horns. If the dog's off the leash, the dog's going to bite. And if the dog's in the ring, the dog's going to fight. And when he's fighting, it's going to be March 26th. And my goal and the Bull's goal is the JYD Tag Team Tournament. We're taking those belts, no matter if they got chocolate in them or if they're filled with vanilla, I don't care. We're taking those belts, and they're going to go around our waist, and we will be the winner of the JYD Tag Team Tournament.
Folks, we got a lot more to talk about, and we're going to talk about it next Tuesday night, March 22nd, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on GCW Radio. Of course, let me give you the quick rundown before we cut out, and Back to Basics will be taken over at 9:30 p.m. Central Time tonight, about 25 minutes away. I gave us budgeted time to go over if we needed. Yeah. From there, remember, Saturday night, March 26th, hashtag GCWJYD 2015. Please use it. Love to see you use it. Love to keep track of everything going on. From there, bell time, 7:30. Doors open at 7. Tickets are only $10 each. Like I said, you've heard a little bit about what's going to happen on the 26th. We're going to have more information next Tuesday on GCW Radio. I want to remind everybody, while they last, you can reserve ringside seating for our live event on the 26th. Dan, I'll turn that to you.
You can call the office at 205-567-6482, but you need to get on the stick because people have already started reserving stuff the day after the last show. So plenty of great seats there. There's not a bad seat in the house, but if you want those ringside seats, you need to get on it today and no later than Tuesday of next week because they're filling up fast.
Facebook.com.
At the last show, we had to go get more and more chairs from all over the Pell City Civic Center. I mean, it's a strong crowd up there, and if you want to be a part of some great action, come on out. It's a great way to start your kids' spring break. You know, wait and go to the beach on Monday following. You know, come on out. It's Easter weekend, and, you know, you're in town for Pell City, you're listening to this, we got people from Georgia all the time. We got people from Tennessee and Florida and Mississippi that come. Make the trek. It is worth it. Global Championship Wrestling, the way wrestling's supposed to be, the best of wrestling's past, present, and future.
At GCW Pro Wrestling on Twitter, at GCW Pro Wrestling on Instagram, myspace.com/GCW Pro Wrestling, facebook.com/GCW Pro, and facebook.com/GCW Pro Wrestling. To everybody listening in this evening, thank you, whether it was through BeyondRingside.com, the all-new ProWrestlingRadio.net, through OneWrestling.net, as well as through TuneIn, through the Beyond Ringside Radio app, through Ustream. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Mark your calendars. Once again, we're going to be back at it next Tuesday night, March 22nd. Thank you to O'Hagan for calling in this evening. For Leon the Bull Stresser.
Hey, just show up on the 26th, fans. And Eddie, thank you for having me on. Dan, thank you for having faith and trusting in me. And the 26th, I promise you I'm not going to let you down.
For Maddog Dan Sawyer.
Somebody say something about winning some belts. Come watching the Mad Justice do it March 26th at the Pell City Civic Center. That's a little tribute to my good friend, the Wildfire, Tommy Rich. But we're going to take those belts. Hey, and we may take a belt to the backside of Veronica Fairchild before the night's over, like her daddy should have done a long time ago. Put that little girl in her place. And as far as the bald lawyer, oh no, we might get him some chia pet and put some fertilizer up there and see if we can grow something on that egghead of his. Eddie, thank you so much. We'll see you next Tuesday night, or talk to you next Tuesday night for GCW Radio. But looking forward to seeing you March 26th, Junkyard Dog 2016 Finals. It's at Pell City Civic Center, Saturday night, March 26th, 7:30 bell time. Tickets only $10. It's happening, and it's going to happen in Pell City, Alabama for Global Championship Wrestling.
For those of you listening live, Back to Basics kicks off in 20 minutes from right now. And join us next week right here as we go ringside and beyond with Global Championship Wrestling. Bye for now.